We're still giving away Spider-Man Far From Home Hot Toy. In order to enter, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications for the channel, and follow me on Twitter @stupendouswave. Now let's get into the update revolving around Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as Daredevil. Spoilers will follow in this video for Spider-Man No Way Home, so if you do not wish to be spoiled, please click off this video. With that out of the way, watchers, let's get into it. Today we have some pretty big story details revolving around Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Most importantly, getting a better idea of the timeline that Andrew and Tobey have been living in ever since the events of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in Andrew's universe and Spider-Man 3 in Tobey's, as well as an announcement that may hint at their relationship with two of the major villains that will be appearing in the film, that being the Sandman as well as the Lizard. The new report mainly focuses on dialogue that we learned in the second trailer, where Dr. Strange revealed to Peter Parker that all the villains that have come through the multiverse are destined to die fighting Spider-Man, which makes sense for some of them, as we know Green Goblin, Electro, and Doc Ock himself all died while fighting their iteration of Spider-Man. However, this dialogue confused some, as the Sandman actually was let go at the end of Spider-Man 3, after asking for forgiveness from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and the Lizard was reverted back to his human form by Andrew Garfield, and was not killed at the end of that film. However, according to this brand new report, both of these characters would later have run-ins with their respective versions of Spider-Man that would result in their deaths. This also goes along with the rest of the report that as of the time of them both being pulled through the multiverse, they've both had adventures of Spider-Man for several years, meaning that Tobey and Andrew are pulled into the multiverse several years after The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 respectively, and that they have been Spider-Man for some time. The most intriguing one here is Sandman, and why would Sandman actually be killed in a conflict directly with Spider-Man after the events of Spider-Man 3? To be honest, I don't believe it's that unlikely. At the end of Spider-Man 3, Flint Marko is not facing the best prospects. He's still a highly wanted criminal and likely murderer, and after several more years on the run, he would likely fall back into a life of crime where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man would be forced to attempt to stop him again. There's a theme with a ton of Spider-Man villains, nearly all of them in fact, that being that they almost always inadvertently end up killing themselves, and Spider-Man is not directly involved. Just look at the Green Goblin, for example, all the way back in 2002, who had the intention of killing Peter Parker with his glider, but ultimately the glider got him instead. Or Doc Ock, who decides to sacrifice himself in order to save Manhattan. Electro, who simply overrides himself in his suit, causing him to disperse into smaller amounts of energy. Although it's debatable whether or not Electro actually died here, again, it looks as if No Way Home will be going with this. This does add a bunch of new weight to the villains in No Way Home though, confirming that both Sandman and the Lizard did apparently die in their respective universes later down the line, and that just as Dr. Strange said, all of the villains that appear through the multiverse are destined to die somehow fighting Spider-Man, meaning that this is very much life and death for the members of the Sinister Five that we're aware of thus far, and that if they return to their respective universes, they are in fact destined to be killed. In terms of this, we also have another update revolving around Mysterio. Although this report does not indicate that Mysterio will be one of the main villains at the end of the film, it does say that he will have a brief appearance with footage that was shot in Spider-Man Far From Home. Over what context Mysterio will be appearing in the film is unknown, but it's likely that it will be a very small role, and again will likely take place during the first half of the movie, where Peter Parker attempts to set things straight with the help of Dr. Strange. In addition to this, guys, we also have an update on Charlie Cox's Daredevil. We haven't seen Daredevil for some time now, and there have been prominent rumors that he would in fact be appearing in No Way Home. Rumors that we know now to be completely true, with Daredevil confirmed to be in Spider-Man No Way Home thanks to a leak, as well as now new various information. However, we now have news that Charlie Cox as Daredevil has apparently signed on to 4 Marvel projects. These projects being No Way Home, She-Hulk, Echo, and his own solo series, which will presumably release on Disney Plus in a few years. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this news and reports revolving around Spider-Man No Way Home? And how do you feel about the fact that both the Lizard and Sandman presumably die in conflicts with Spider-Man, their versions of Spider-Man, in several years after the events of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3? And how do you think these conflicts eventually went down? Again, apparently it will in fact be explained in the movie. Again, also my friends, don't forget to enter the giveaway for the Spider-Man Far From Home Hot Toy, and I hope to see you in the next video.